I'm 95 years old, and I learned too late that I confused love with stability. By the time I understood the difference, my wife was already gone, and nothing I did afterward could reach her anymore. I don't say that for drama, I say it because it's the plain truth, and at this age, the truth is all that's left to hold on to. When you've outlived most of the people who knew you, your memories stop being stories and start being evidence. My days are quiet now, they're orderly. People assume that means I'm content. What they don't see is how much room there is for thinking when life no longer demands much of you. Too much room, sometimes. I married in my late 20s. That was normal then. She made sense. She was steady, practical, kind in a way that didn't ask much of me. Everyone approved. My parents relaxed once I brought her home. My friends said I'd chosen well, and I believed them because nothing felt wrong. I didn't feel swept away, but I told myself that was immature thinking. Love, I believed, was something that grew after commitment. Stability first, feelings later. That was how responsible people did it. I worked a lot, at first because we needed the money, later because it gave shape to my days. I left early, came home tired, ate dinner, watched the evening news. Our life ran smoothly, too smoothly. Sometimes she would sit at the kitchen table after dinner, long after I'd finished eating. I can see it clearly now. Her hands wrapped around a cooling mug. The radio low. She'd look up when I stood, like she expected me to stay. Most nights, I didn't. I told myself there would be time. Weekends, vacations, retirement. I wasn't cruel, I wasn't unfaithful. I was just absent in small, reasonable ways. We talked about practical things. Bills, groceries, the children's schedules. If something broke, I fixed it. If something needed planning, I handled it. I thought that was what love looked like once it matured. Looking back, I see the difference more clearly than I ever did then. Stability kept us together. Love would have pulled us closer. I mistook calm for connection, and I never questioned it while I had the chance. The cost didn't announce itself. It accumulated quietly. I missed school plays because meetings ran late. I postponed conversations because I was tired. I chose efficiency over presence. So often it became habit. At the time, I thought I was being responsible. Now I know I was being careful in the wrong direction. One night, years into our marriage, she asked me something I still hear in my head. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't accuse me. She just said, "Do you ever miss me?" I laughed because I didn't understand the question. She was right there, sitting across from me, living in the same house. I said something dismissive. I don't even remember the exact words, only the feeling that it was inconvenient. That was the last honest question she ever asked me. After that, something in her closed. Not dramatically, just a little more each year. She stopped waiting at the table, stopped asking. We aged side by side, but not toward each other. Years passed, decades really. The children grew up, the house stayed orderly. Our routines hardened into something permanent. I thought permanence was proof that we were doing something right. Then she got sick. It wasn't sudden. Appointments replaced plans. Medications replaced small talk. I became attentive then. I drove her everywhere. I sat by her bed. People told me I was a good husband, and in that final stretch, maybe I was. But sitting in that hospital room, listening to the machines hum, I realized something unbearable. I knew how to manage her care, but I didn't know how to reach her heart. Whatever distance had grown between us was already set. She died quietly. No dramatic last words, just a long life ending the way it had been lived, calmly. After the funeral, people told me we'd had a good marriage because it lasted. I nodded. I accepted their sympathy, but I knew what they couldn't see. Longevity isn't the same as depth. Stability isn't the same as being known. The house felt unchanged after she was gone. That was the hardest part. Nothing collapsed. Nothing demanded grief. the way people expect it to. Everything still worked. What can't be fixed are the moments I assumed could wait, the warmth I postponed, the curiosity I let fade. You can't go back and sit down at a table you already walked away from. At 95, you don't get the comfort of imagining second chances. You only get clarity. If you're listening to this, I won't tell you what to do. I'll only tell you what I learned when it was no longer useful to me. Stability can carry a marriage for decades. It cannot deepen it on its own. I thought providing was enough. I thought staying was enough. I didn't realize love required choosing someone even when nothing was wrong. Now my time is short. I feel that plainly. The days are calm, but they're heavy with understanding. I accept what I can't change. That's part of aging too. I confused love with stability, and stability stayed. Love needed more from me than I ever gave. If this meant something to you, maybe stay a little longer the next time someone waits. Not to solve anything, just to be there. That's the difference I finally see.